Rick Astley. Welcome.
Thank you.
And congratulations on the great success.
Thank you.
Have
Thanks very much.
conquered how many countries?
I've been to quite a lot of countries now. We've been quite successful in Europe, and recently I've been to America as well. But this is my first trip to Japan. I'm going to Australia pretty soon. So we've been around quite a bit, but there's a few places we've got to go to yet.
Yeah. You're 21, right?
I've just turned 22 actually
22.
in February, yes.
And you have been singing?
Since about the age of 18, really. I played drums before that for a couple of years, but I've been singing now since about the age of 18.
What's the story about you were in a choir when you were a kid and you used to sound real high, you know?
Yeah, well, the thing was, I was at school, and I was at a school that was connected with a church, St. Peter's. And basically, if you had a half-decent voice, you got thrown into the choir as well, you see. So it wasn't something that I particularly wanted to do. I was only about 9, 10 or 11, something like that. So it was just that I happened to mention it once in an interview and blown out of proportion as per usual, you know. So.
You didn't dream about becoming a vocalist?
Not really, no. I mean, as I say, I got into pop music initially because of playing the drums, really. That's what I wanted to do in my early teens, and about the age of 15 I got my first drum kit. So it all started from there, really, with pop music. Before that, as I say, I hadn't really thought of it as a career, you know.
How did you develop your style? I mean, you sound a little different from other young singers.
I think it's just a natural tone more than anything. I mean, I obviously have a deep voice as opposed to perhaps the sort of voice you would imagine because of the way I look and because of my age and everything. But I think that's partly due to the music that I like. I like a lot of black American singers, and I think that's influenced me and rubbed off on me even. So.
Tell us about the very famous three people who are backing you up.
Yeah.
What are they?
Producers, basically. The names is Mike Stock, Matt Aiken, and Pete Waterman. Stock, Aiken, Waterman. And my managers have known Peter Waterman for a long time. So when I was about, as I say, when I was about the age of 18 and 19, and I was singing in a band, the managers of that band, who are my managers now, asked Peter Waterman to come down and see us playing in a club. So when he came down, he was interested in me as a solo artist as opposed to being in a band, because we were very young, very immature, and really there was potential. But I think it was plain to see, without me sounding big-headed, that I was perhaps a singer in a band that I don't know really. I think there was more to it than that. I think the musicianship just wasn't up to scratch really. So basically, I signed a deal with his company, and I'm now produced by Stock Aitken Waterman. They write a lot of my songs as well. They wrote half the songs on the album. And they are very big producers, well, throughout the world, but especially in Europe at the moment. So.
Yeah. How do you work? I mean, do they just give you the sheet of paper? Here's your music.
But when they produce their songs for me, or for anybody that they work with, they have a real great control in what they do. When I do my own songs, it is slightly different because I've got more control because they are my songs, and they're sometimes produced by other people in the same company because it's actually a production company that they have.
Right.
But it's almost like a machine the way they work, the way that it's like a conveyor belt of artists, going back to almost like a Motown situation where the same people were writing and producing and almost doing everything, because it is even now a record company in itself, so they're almost self-sufficient practically, you could say.